I think that that's something that Team Liquid have done time and time again. So for Apex, it's going to be difficult to get back into this one.
I was going to say, do they change something up? And they're like, yeah, we're going to change things up. And you guys asked for double duelists. This is what you wanted.
I don't know if this is where I wanted it, maybe, especially with them starting off on that defensive side, which we know Corrode favors. And a lot of teams have been leaning towards that double initiator. So I do fear they're maybe going to lose out on what may be sort of
No, I'm okay with this.
No?
I'm okay with Batu playing Yoru instead of Sova any day of the week. I'm 100% okay with that, because the Sova on Batu, we've been saying it for a while, it doesn't always look particularly great, and I think that that 3k sheriff round that he got towards the end on Ascent, his confidence is going to be there. He's going to be feeling absolutely fine. It's Nats that I'm looking at. Is he going to lock in the Viper? Is he playing with us?
He's probably buying time to just speech a bit more, you know what I mean? Yeah, because we saw a very, very animated Nats at that halftime, which is pretty normal these days. But I think that's probably one of the reasons they were able to be so explosive instantaneously coming out the gate in the second half, ended up with a win. So if he wants to yap, you know, he can yap away.
Yeah, we know how incredible he is, and he definitely does love a good chat. I think as well, looking back to Ascent, he probably made some of those sort of mid-round calls that completely changed the tide and turned that around for Liquid to bring that back. So I'm excited to see him again on the Viper and see what Liquid do this time, especially on the attack.
And Apex, not particularly the most proactive team on the defense, but locking in this comp, I am expecting them to start pushing down mid a little bit more, use the mobility, use the flexibility they decided here, because if they don't, then I don't know why they've chosen this comp and picked defense.
Yeah, it's difficult, and of course this is a map that we've kind of discovered over the more teams that we've seen play it. That fight for mid is crucial. So yeah, I think Penny, Batu, we saw Batu being a kind of human drone for Penny in a couple of those rounds on Ascent. I need him to stop giving away that first pick though, because that's what we saw throughout Ascent. He was constantly the first one to die.
Well, Team Liquid are one map away from playoffs, but more importantly, Cairo, you made someone in the audience laugh earlier. Let's see if you can make it too.
Go on then.
Hey, listen, I'm a funny guy when I want to be.
Yeah? How often is that intentionally?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's a fair point.
Okay, look, we're heading into Corrode, and there's no funny business for this one if you're Apex. Liquid's pick, they were able to overturn the deficit at the starting half on Ascent, and with Yao taking to socials after last week and saying, you know, showing new maps and comps is one of my favorite things, I think he would love it even more if they could use it to get to playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's 100% what's on Team Liquid's minds. As for Apex, I mean, there's a lot on their minds after the way this season has been going, and it seems as if they're going to be looking to control mid here while Team Liquid work on the extremities.
We're also getting that fan service in some ways, the solution, the double duelist, but Zavova met first, and Penny trying to follow it up against his former in-game leader. The shots not quite connecting though, and Liquid already out on the A site, no trouble.
Camel finding Mosey towards the CT of A. You can see Apex playing with the idea of clearing mid. They keep going back and forth, and well, as they move through, it's just Pathetic lying in wait, and well, he'll clean that up. Ollie's error with a 1 versus 5. He's been good for a clutch here and there, but this on a pistol round would be something special. That'll spam on the body, and that's all it'll be.
That's all it'll be indeed. And while we're opening up this game with Liquid winning the pistol round, we have to start talking about their run towards champs as well, and how Corrode factors into it as being such an important pressure point for all of the teams attending. And if they can make this their home turf after the 13-7 against Na'Vi, which was picked into them last week, it's going to be very effective. We've got a nice Haunt lineup coming in here.
I think this is the one that we saw.
The Sen, the ranked one from Trex. And good info in middle to start.
100%. I think that's the big thing for me as well, is right now Team Liquid and EMEA have solidified themselves as the road team. Obviously we've not seen it from Fnatic, but this is nice to continue up that form, continue up that, and they are absolutely flawless so far in this round.
Just running through Apex as if they weren't there. Very soon. They might not be, unfortunately. Something has to change, and you'll expect that in the next round, but as we do carry on the Liquid conversation. Yeah, and it's those teams, you know, the Sentinels of the world, the G2s, the Gen Gs in Pacific, that you've got to be thinking about. I'm trying to think of a CN team we've seen that was exceptional on Corrode so far. I mean, EDG showed a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, but it's what you said. It's that key word. It's like the word of exceptional, right? And and proven to be that cut above. Obviously, we're still to see that the best of the best go against one another. That will be at Champs. But again, I want to hold out on best at Corrodes and EMEA just yet. A little asterisk on it because we've yet to see Fnatic.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. It's like Romeo and Juliet. They'll both go down on the spike. Unfortunately, this love story ends with a big fat no for Apex. And Liquid just making things look really, really comfortable. Keeping 5 alive as well. Outlaw and Nats again. And in terms of how they want to play this, it's the Viper wall through mid. Trying to create a lot of that pressure. When we saw Batu playing on the Sova, he was mid-wall pretty much every single round. Apex still sort of a lot heavier towards B in terms of how they were playing it. A did get left open a lot of times late rounds.
Just a note, maybe one for the second half is that it's been 3 pistol runs in a row that Team Liquid have been able to win against Apex.
Oh.
And well, for here, Penny's the first one on the board in terms of the kills. Team Liquid trying to poke and prod towards B, but they've been closed out without any way in.
Brilliant from Olazera to just profit from his own setup. Camo is still fighting the front line though. The point man of the push making a damn good go. As Olazera drops, there seems to be an issue. Just a man down and in a decent position to maybe get the plant in here. Patty doesn't have the wingman. He is relying on Camo to keep cutting him loose. And Apex continue to draw blood. They look scared of him here. Nobody wants to face, and when they do, it's finally Penny. The resistance is met with 3 kills and Apex on the board in round 3.
Yeah, it's the double duelists that are able to close it out. It is an expensive round overall, as most of the buys have been lost for Apex. I mean, Camo does brilliantly to, just react to all the utility thrown his way and also get the picks that he did.
I also want to focus on Olazera on the flip side though. He was the reason why Apex had advantageous numbers, not only Penny finding his 3K, and it's this change back to the Cypher, which we knew him to play at such a high level in Challengers, why he was leading for ACS of any player that was non-duelist in that competition against some of the biggest, brightest stars that we're expecting to see hit the stage soon. Back to the B main aggression we saw from them before. They never really held on to this space previously. It was just a one and done, and Penny left astute.
Yeah, I mean, had to use the relay bolt to get out of that.
The TPs from Batu as well, because it was Penny on the Yoru before. Now he's on the Neon. They're going to continue with this partnership, as you can see the A-hold is incredibly lax from Apex. You've got Avova right the way at the back towards spawn.
I mean, the general line from Apex is pretty reserved overall.
But they were so hesitant to be proactive in mid-round when they were playing against Na'Vi, and that's what sold them short. They couldn't make the correct decisions because they didn't have the right info. The macro was off. This time, it looks to be about right.
Well, in the back of your head, though, just watch Kiko through mid and where he goes on the map while this hit comes through.
Malsey missed, the Horn didn't scan anyone, so that's why they rotated off. It has given the sight up in the 4v4.
Yeah, it will be Penny to deny Kiko his lock through, and that's going to be big for Apex as they can focus all their attention towards this site. As Nats looking for extra space and knows exactly where that Neon is. That's going to be a big distraction, one less body to hold on to the site, as that's an advantage on the main push back in, the retake.
Timing.
And the time in general is just going to be the most important because it's been burnt through massively. Nice marked, and well, 1 bullet is all he needed to get rid of the Yoru. Apex starting to work on the spike, and well, they have full control of it, as it will be the captain to grab an ace.
Team Liquid kept moving forward by their commander-in-chief, Nats. He knows the timing so well. incredibly reserved, just waiting for Penny to show face in Link. And once he dropped, he cut off the cross. Managed to find the spam through the smoke in the end as well. It was quite close on Apex's behalf, but that's the difference when you don't have the Gecko. You commit bodies to defuse that spike.
Well, it's going to be an equal round for Apex. This cycle will not be complimentary. Although, nice little cam. Gets a little bit of early information.
That's nice. Batu's trying to follow it up with a little bit of pressure. His TP will send him A-wards. And for that reason, as the Soul B holds, he's going to have to give it up. And with the forfeiture of orb control as well, it means that Camo is the Yoru who finds success here. One closer to yet another ultimate. They're starting to build up a serious bank.
Mid being cleared through the utility, the cycle of it. Coming through from Liquid.
For Apex here as well, it's what I was saying earlier, that A-Link position getting very weak later into the round. They have taken main control to help support themselves though, and Ulsi playing for info gets caught on the face check.
Well, Team Liquid will have that A site for the most part. I mean, you've really got Batu to hold on to that, but it's most important as the main space that Liquid really haven't interacted with at all, and that's worrisome.
Kiko is aware of this though. He's not overcommitted in position, but it's the Batu Sheriff that gets to show what it can do. Penny with the ult. Apex feeling like they have a chance here. A chance which is very quickly stripped away.
Yeah. I mean, that's like me in my ranked games, right? I always feel as if I've got a chance, but I'm in goals for a reason. And Liquid right now.
Oh, makes it interesting.
Yeah, lose control of that site.
And with Avova still alive, you're just waiting for that dark cover to come back up and help aid this defuse. It's the cage instead.
Yeah, but it's the spam and the rifles in Team Liquid's hands as they are looking to send this wayward straight into a 4th round. And right now, I mean, Apex have no way of responding to this whatsoever. That should hopefully be the round that they do it to stop the Liquid domination.
Yeah, we weren't looking for Apex to be utterly transformed this stage, but we needed an improvement, especially on this map. I mean, 13-3, one of the biggest margins of defeat we've seen so far against Na'Vi, and it was few and far between on the defender's side, which they've chosen to start here again.
Who's next?
Camel did get legged by the operator. He's down to 5 HP because of that. But gaining the information, that's what's most important. Used the TP to get ahead and didn't have a chance to replace it. The player's trying to force the way through the pit from the Viper. It's not working out. Molesy holding on. It's down to Spike, and Liquid will need to come out of the pit to even challenge this.
Brilliant work from Apex, and the Nightfall invested as well. Such an important round for them to win, but starting to slip away.
There it is, Molesy taking a more reserve position behind the box, and Liquid looking to come up with a plan on how to get that spike back.
Scrutiny placed on this Viper's pit as the Prowler's just flown past Camo.
The timing's insane. Oh, the players have just walked into him! There's no way that he comes away with that! The gift in the round to Team Liquid Apex! And shooting themselves in the foot! Camo on 5 HP! That's ridiculous. The pit will drop, but so will the spike onto the ground. And Penny has to clutch up here.
Against 3. Has the fast lane to divide the angles. Camo's on 5 HP, but he's got a quad kill. And moved the gap up to 4. It's just an oversight heading into the retake. The same kind of mistakes we saw made by them last time, Apex on this map.
Yeah, this is heartbreaking. The fact that they do so well to get themselves an advantage, or more so Molesy does, and then like just not checking that potentially where players could be.
One enemy remaining.
The timing's insane.
There's a creep up and the rounds continuing to build for Liquid. Apex started Ascent strongly, but this has been anything but one to remember. Olizera, nice first shot, but he wants the gun so badly he's willing to give up his own life for it. The space back filled by Apex, 2 kills out of thin air. It's a 4v2.
Yeah, that's insane. At the same time, got to be worried about Avova in that backline, as you said. There's still ultimates to maybe be the difference maker in this round.
Cover going
The struggle to retrieve too much weaponry so far. Patatek is going to have a look, but we know how Corrode plays. There's 101 different angles to consider. Prowler through B reconfirms at least one of the players is there, and Avova will have heard the steps traversing spawn. Is Trex going to take the same path?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he is. And now Avova knows where both are, so he can start to move himself in the right direction with the rest of Apex.
And that's the big part here, right? You spoke about it earlier. When does Avova take his time
30 seconds left.
in terms of moving Apex in the right direction? Remember, those rifles will still have the advantage in the heads-up gunfight. And there's some players, I see one player that is low.
Oh, and it's just Penny that fights from Ling. This could be problematic. Batu's still on the Sheriff. Those rifles yet to hit the hand! Just give him a Sheriff! He's got a red right hand when he's holding on to it. Liquid draw blood against the Eco. It's a pace save card Thrifty from Apex.
That could be the lifeline that the defense need here, but still reserved. It is in favour of this attack. And just to note, remember, we know how the site biases have been going on Corrode.
Can I play on the Sheriff on this game?
No, Batu, you're locked in Yoru jail now.
I mean, I guess that's an initiator in a way.
That is very true, and it's the reason why we've seen a lot of teams gravitate towards the meta read of Double Duelist. I think we had a big conversation about Double Initiator on this map. That's where Liquid have gone with Double Smokes as well, not playing with a Sentinel, and you see it in that round. Just pushing the backline as much as possible, staying proactive in the mid-round. And back to the Double Duelist thing for Apex, we'd wanted this from them for so long. We saw a couple of trials in the break between stages where we did get some Yoru and some Raze. It was Simon Dark instead of Penny, but now that they've found their man, this is what they want to go for.
Well, coming back into this next one, it's an important one. We're back to rifle versus rifle, but a potential for the economy to swing either way. More so the fact that Liquid, if you look at their buy, or what's left from the buy, doesn't look too great.
For Apex, they got money to go around.
Crazy to think at a 2-5 score.
Yeah, that's very true, but that's what you get from winning your eco. And
Toxins going up.
yeah, this one, Liquid just chipping away at the rock face. Another orb picked up by Camo, creeping ever closer to yet another Yoru ult. In the meantime, Batu is the deep deposit in middle. Has the TP to get out and should have first contact here from Mossy as well.
Destroy the horn, but the utility through mid. I mean, it's easy enough for the attack to clear out.
But it's the investment of utility as well in this first cycle.
Yep.
Seen the horn already go.
I mean, that's signature abilities, that stuff will come back up, but these players fighting through main.
Spike down.
Oh, they won't. Penny manages to dodge the paranoia.
And Batu's in two minds. He's not supporting his teammate, but the Prowler clears out Penny. That's really well worked from Trex.
Yeah, overcommitted to the fight. That's the unfortunate part. Or needed to commit to one idea. Apex now. Look at the player position, and this is very weird because the spike needs to make its way across. At least Kiko has the TP to do it. Olizera showing his hand, and now Mosey with 7 points of health needs to either try and escape and save the gun, or Liquid need to try and get that spike down.
Okay, no, this should be okay. And I say should because I don't think Mossy is going to be able to get anywhere near
10
this.
seconds left.
There are a couple players on Apex who are probably going to need a drop in the next round, but just as soon as we were singing their praises in terms of money, blown it all.
But I think as well, just to bring it back to the side bias conversation that we were speaking about earlier, Liquid now have 6 on the attack.
Yeah.
And before, when we see teams move on towards the defense, we have seen them managed to grow extraordinary leads. So I am really worried for Apex.
It's another reason why Apex have gone for double duelist though,
Yeah.
because they are intentionally loading their comp for the attack side to try and maximize the amount of rounds that they've gotten. And that's sounding pretty much verbatim what Pal was saying the other day, but that seems to be one of the ways to approach the situation. For Liquid, yeah, they're playing quite a steady default. They're finding the gaps, and when they go onto defense with double controller, especially with the Viper, I think for me, I'm enjoying this agent the most on Corrode right now. It's so difficult to break down.
100%, and when you're allowing like Nats to be on his probable #1 agent as well, it just looks excellent.
Wow, we're doing confidence these days now, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention.
Toxins going up.
Liquid locked in and getting ready to secure playoffs as well. Once more, it's another round where A-Link is looking weak for Apex. Need to find what their strengths are. It's another orb into the pockets of Liquid.
Still waiting.
Money bag, Mr. Nats. Picking up another towards the pit, but it's the drift that sends the B site into jeopardy.
Everybody's here though, on both sides, and Olizera's the one that comes out on top, as well as Batu getting one from his operator. Okay, this is something in which Liquid might actually find themselves at a disadvantage, especially with the wingman not able to get that spike down. Liquid need to move themselves onto the site, and when they do, they get cut down.
Last player standing.
Oh, it still had the thrash Patty, but there's literally nothing left to fight here now. Left to his own devices. 1 versus 4. Apex have a response. The site hold was really great, and something to note as well. Olizera bought a Spectre so he could buy all of his utility.
30 seconds
I did the math. He was 100 credits off having a rifle and all his util, so he decided, okay, I'm just going to buy a Spectre, do a drive-by. Camo's so good at being the gap close for Liquid, and he has the double initiation to set him up as well. But if you can just isolate him in a position like that, then
10 seconds left.
What difference does it make when the rest of your team can't get past the traps?
I'm glad that we know that you can count, mate. Add things together.
Thanks, man. I can't wait for someone on Reddit to just go back and be like, oh, actually?
Please, man, please. I beg.
Yeah. A little bit more comfortability with numbers expected from you, Mr. Caster. But this was nice from Batu. Good support of utility. Olizera with the setup. And very quick to respond to B. Rotations,
so good,
macro
bro.
looking better for Apex as well.
This is a nice spot.
I mean, there's a little bit of hope here, but it is the hope that kills you, so let's hope that Apex can keep this going. Batu with that op still in hand, and where that's positioned is towards the A side, and he's got a deep line all the way to spawn.
Yeah, Liquid hadn't been playing through here all too heavy-handedly. It's middle instead where Penny will get dropped solo. Move over to support the B play, but a complete concession of A means that now Apex are strong in number, but...
Oh, see that? I think he did.
No, I don't think he has.
Oh, no.
Gone for the other corner, he's guessed it wrong. Kiko blindsides him. Supported with a smoke at his back. Continues to sell the idea that this is a B play.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid looking to clear out the smaller corners, you know, make sure to dot your I's, cross your T's, all that nonsense as they get that spike down towards that A site. Kiko still in spawn as Apex look to deal with him finally, but still, you look towards Trex, bottom mid. He's going to be a late joker, a late win condition for this attack if it ever gets close.
But the neural theft is in, so the position is made redundant. There's an ult here for Batu if he wants it. Apex fancy their chances.
Yeah, they're trying to send it in, although they are not doing what Liquid were doing. They're not paying attention to the smaller details, and they'll get caught off guard from one corner.
It feels so lazy when you make that kind of an investment as well. You're seeing the value from the Gecko utility from Patatek as well, being able to constantly pick it back up and re-clear space, those close corners with the Thrash. The Wingman's been going for the open plant. And it's just simple stuff at the end of the day. kind of decisions that you expect to make, but for both of the promoted teams, we have seen difficulty in getting the basics right in terms of, yeah, where are you investing your ults? How are you looking to end maps and convert the advantages that you have?
Oh, this Sheriff, man. We've not seen it on screen, but it's certainly what is needed for Apex. They need a Hail Mary, they need divine intervention, they need Mosey, apparently, with a 3-key on this round. And that spikes in Apex's hands.
I was mentioning it earlier. Last year, only his first as an in-game leader. We'd seen him play Duelist before. But ultimately hitting the reset button on his career, going back home to play from Poland. And now propping Apex up on a 4th.
That's if Trex doesn't clutch up.
We know he can do it 1v5, but 1v4 against Volsey, no chance at all. Apex continuing to go against the grain, but they really need that final round to give themselves the best possible opportunity.
Yeah, that's the bit, like, point, right? Is
the second one?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, that's gross.
But this round, most important, just to make sure that that gap's not any bigger than what it should be.
Very quickly, looking at the ults, you've got a Nightfall and a Dimensional Drift for Apex that can afford to play a little heavier on the retake if they like. It's Batu's op in front of the Cypher setup on B to start.
I mean, look at Kiko, he's gone for it again. He's just sent it and towards the spawn. And it's so big that Apex need to take their time clearing it. Kiko, first engagement, and it is against what has been the superstar on Apex. Camel gets rid of the Cypher, and well, finally Batu gets rid of Kiko. So we're back to 4v4, the site taken for Liquid.
Oh, and Mulsi tries to rush affairs. Penny in here as well, denies the plant and finds the kill. The Yoruot still collecting information to set them up as the spike is on the ground.
Yeah, Batu needs to try and get out of this corner. He's in a difficult spot. Liquid were caught trying to take more space than what was necessarily needed. And well, that space has ended up working out for them because Camel took Kevin. Got the kills, and if over in a 1 versus 3, he'll catch the first.
Knows about the second. Trex yet to make the peak, spamming down to 6. He will take it off the contact of his teammate, and that makes for 8.
Yeah, it's another 8-4 half, like we had in both halves of the last map. Can Apex actually bring it back on the attack? That's the question. We'll need to see if this double duelist works at the turn or after this break.
One enemy remaining. Did I get inside your head?
Time is running out for Apex. With losses to both Na'Vi and KC at the start of the group stage, the head-to-heads do not favour them, and this could be a third successive loss if they can't push it to a decider. For the new look Liquid, it's the player on your screen who maybe hasn't had the best performance so far on Corrode, but helped inspire the comeback on Ascent and is doing his job on the Fade.
Yeah, he is, and that's the big thing. 6 assists so far on Fade, but more so the fact that like his utility is basically perfect. The timing, unbelievable, and well, will be a big component on this defense as we look towards mid once more. As 4 players from Liquid look to challenge Apex.
And already down to 13, and between Camo and Patty, do seem to have the answers. Batu still trailblazing his way through the middle of the map and can leave the rest of Liquid for dust. There's only Kiko on the A site. Apex a little bit hesitant on their uptake, and Kiko acutely aware, repositioning himself.
Been able to hold on to extra space as he waits for his team to crunch in is going to be massive. But the players for Apex are just caught off guard, unaware of where Liquid are coming from. And that pistol round will be a 4th in a row for Team Liquid.
Yeah, Apex find the space for themselves. They get onto the A site, but then they just don't set up the post plant at all. They're caught in transition fully. When they see that it's as empty as it was, you should be expecting a push to come in from the flank, perhaps.
One enemy
But Liquid are looking incredibly efficient right now. Coming back to what we were saying about Trex 2, we can hold on to that thought actually, because Apex have gone straight for the force buy here.
Listen, sometimes needs must in this game, and that's what Apex feel right now. 5 stingers outside of B. That spike plant would have helped there. This is going to be a fast one.
B pop into Nat with the snake bite. No rotation off the first Prowler, but the warning lights are there, and Apex are in.
There they are, straight in. Here come the stingers, and players tagged up here. Penny's the first one on the board, and Bova as well. That's a good look. Right now, it's all about the post plant though, because we know Team Liquid have failed here before.
And the B site is where you can get away with going for these pacey executions. So Apex making the absolute most out of this comp with both of those duelists that can close the gap so quickly.
It's all about clearing in towards CT first, right? The Guardian, yeah, sure it can spam through walls, but that smoke, you need to be able to see the players first. And somehow it works out. But still, 3 more players to find for Trex here.
Oh, and it's gotten spotted ahead of time by Mulsi. Even more damage.
Find you.
Round escaping them. Apex make the force by stick.
Yeah, they do. This is what was needed to rescue them from what could have been an easy home straight for Liquid right now, right?
Yeah. And the B site, like I was saying, is the one which can be a little bit more vulnerable. But Nats just gets caught with his hands in his pockets. I don't know what was going on. Had the snake bite, but when you can sort of weave your way past it as the Neon, and Batu can just TP across. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, now Apex find themselves at an economy advantage, and this is where we asked of them on Ascent to show us a good look, right? To show us them with a little bit of dominance. There's a trap play set up by Liquid.
This is where things can get a little chaotic. Apex had comms issues in the first couple of weeks. Can they navigate the unsteady waters beneath them as Trex has taken away 3 bodies already? Guns to be picked up by Liquid and position to be taken from Apex. B site is open.
Yeah, the most worrisome aspect of it was a Phantom and a Vandal that was going to get picked up. Look at all the Zero though, taking that extra space, sitting in towards top mid / CT, and it will be the spammable plant that Apex go for.
The open plant for Olizera's positioning, most importantly, is the space is re-cleared. There's a trap for the flank. Most importantly for Apex, Olizera not getting caught and being able to find his man here. As now Liquid have given up their positioning, and Apex should know. It's even the Nightfall, just to make damn certain this one doesn't slip the net.
Yeah, this is an important round indeed. Well, still don't think Apex are out of the woods just yet, but with that kill, you would expect now Apex can easily trade down. And with time so low, this will be 6. But it's about how much guns, or how many guns can actually get out of this. And unfortunately, that ace will be denied.
But there's absolutely nothing to go with it. The slate is wiped clean. And nobody on Apex is left to tell the tale of how they managed to get past the Stingers on the other side. Well, the Stinger picked up through Trex's Classic.
It was a tough fight. But this is, again, we look towards the important part. A big swing round between these two in the economy once again, just to highlight.
And while Multi doesn't have his Nightfall, Trex most certainly will. Liquid layering the smokes towards bottom middle. This is the main functionality of the composition. It's very difficult to get past until the later round if you can't bleed that utility from the defenders.
Bring them down.
But Apex looking to give a go of it here. You really need Batu to be flashing out of this smoke if you want to take the space.
Yeah, I think Apex are happy with just safe passage across to the A side of the map, which worries me because if you give Liquid so much space, and I mean, you look towards B main, they're already looking to clear that out as well. Right now, this to me looks like Liquid have all the information that they need.
Smoke being held, but the util ready to go from Apex. Set execution, Kiko blinded, trying to TP out, but it's Trex 10 toes down. Fighting under the arch and now onto the site. The Phantom gets a second. It's Penny that will be ever the equalizer though, and Camo's all by himself. It's a lost cause in the retake.
Yeah, that's a disaster. Camo trying to be a little bit cheeky, play in front of the retake, but Patitech once again, that's another 1 versus 1 that didn't need to be given away. Apex now will be within 2 if Nats doesn't clutch up.
Back on their feet in this map. The series to follow it, perhaps. Nats that they're up against. Aussie spots him. The plant is cutely in the corner, so the molly means that they'll have to try and rush around. There's nobody elbow side. He has the full range of the team, the target-rich environment in his crosshair. But Penny wins the fight, and it will be just the 2.
Yeah, and how important does that close by look like in the antique round as well now? Is Apex have got a little bit of momentum at their backs.
And Apex also pressuring bottom mid there and making sure that the Viper Wall is cycled out, phased out, is really, really huge because when we speak so much about taking mid control being important, to then simplify that, if Nats is using his toxins there to keep that wall active, he's not going to be able to use them to defend the B site. It means that he needs to have a player rotate over and help him, takes the pressure off, makes the A site easier to take for Apex. It's a very well set up round from them.
Yeah, and Team Liquid now wanting to speak about, well, I'd imagine everything you've just mentioned, right? Especially mid. And I feel as if, like we said it in the round, or I said it in the round, so apologies, was that Liquid haven't had the information that they needed to go and maybe lean a little bit more heavier towards A, but they just didn't make the decision quick enough.
They have both initiators to collect that info. Trex, who've been ranting and raving about him so far, but Patitech hasn't had the best of showings up until this point. On the attack side, he was instrumental to how they were playing and setting up those rounds. But now, yeah, I want to see a little bit more, you know, of the Dizzy going up over the wall, trying to collect some info. Is there a player B, the proactivity that we know Apex can give to us?
I need this.
And in B main,
My thanks.
you are seeing that.
Yes.
Kiko laying up the paranoia. Trek's the only rifle. He'll be away from this.
Here. I have retrieved the spike.
But Apex are deep with this push coming in.
Yeah, playing safe. And well, with that orb being held and the trap also being destroyed, you'll know that there's at least 2 players towards A, B main at the moment.
And it's a small win for Liquid because they've got the ult orb, of course, and they've broken the trap as well. So Apex have to be a little more concerned with the backline. Olazera is still holding on to one in his pocket.
I don't know about this cam. Is that just to hold on for a little gap through mid?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Kiko's been spotted, his calf has stretched around the corner. Horrible. Batu's trying to create pressure on A. This is a fake from Apex. Yeah, looking to see if they can catch Camo.
Yeah.
in the meantime. But the rotation through spawn is a late one, and there's a fight about to go down.
Yeah, but does Camel get cleared in this corner? It doesn't look likely, as Kiko's distracted with a sheriff shot through mid. Onto the side plant they try and go, and Camel still keeps Liquid ahead. It has been equalised at the moment, and the late push back through to retake from main. It's been notified by Apex.
It's a full distraction for Nats to take his timing here. Batu got a body shot on one player, but Liquid still think there's another flank coming in.
Nats, well, he's going to be played in by the Dizzy, and when he does, he gets one. But Kiko is the one who takes the advantage. Now Penny, and through CT. Do the players know it seems to be the case as Patty tries to clear it? He gets met with lead in the face. Kiko is low, but his first bullet accuracy has been unbelievable through this stage. Onto the spike, using his own smoke.
Smoke's about to expire though.
Yeah, but it's the fight that Kiko wins out. It's that first bullet accuracy I spoke about, and he wins out, making it double digits for Liquid.
It's so well played by Kiko, but for Penny, he almost has to have that mental timing and know that rushing things wasn't the way to play it with the plant set up for him. Liquid with a huge eco that they end up winning, and it all started from taking the B main space. Camo getting a heads up so early in the round, and the shot, next level.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Danny with his head in his hands, knowing that a player which he helped scout and bring into the VCT ecosystem could now be the one to kick them over the ledge. Huge gun round between both teams, but Apex have a stockpile of ults that they want to try and let rip. Liquid closing in on 3 of their own. So again, this mid-warfare taking place as Penny does spot Camo.
Yeah, and the timing's insane. Avova still not caught though, and Camo will get a glimpse before he's taken out, and Avova able to escape.
Who's next?
Batu having a little look around the B site. Apex can't execute off this just yet, hasn't spotted Nats in the tower. This timing's about to get weird, and Nats will remove Avova from the situation. It's another Apex oversight.
Yeah, but look at Batu, he's taking extra space.
I mean, he's been there the whole damn time, but so has Nats. And with Patatek in support, it's Apex's worst nightmare. Big investments made to a round which doesn't now best suit them. No player to escape, no surrender. Liquid with 11 and closing in on their playoff spot.
And that's the big part, right? It is really that home run now. A little blip in terms of proceedings. That's ridiculous.
How has he got away with that?
But how has Avova not just moved his mouse round? That has to be extremely frustrating.
He's back!
He's behind you. Yeah, it's another one of those situations. Apex back in another timeout. Their usage of these pauses, breaks in play has been incredibly proactive. They do still have Penny's overdrive, and that's about it right now. The money just isn't there. This is to deny map point. And this is one of the situations, I think, where you're happy to just use that one ultimate and have the rest do their thing. Because we did see them on the previous map try and rush things when they were in front. This time they're behind, and they have a few liquid ults to try and get past as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see the hero ultimate from Penny right in the overdrive, probably. That's most likely the case. But what's the set piece that Apex are going to use to try and put that into position?
Do you fancy pronouncing that for us?
Nope.
On ne passe pas? Is that en français?
I believe so, mate. I believe so. Je ne sais pas.
Petit quoi? A little bit? I don't know, anyway. Yeah, it's a weird one too, because it says he was released from Apex, but that was just the length of the contract, right, per year. That's how challengers can be. It's making them pay for it right now. Penny will be looking to do the same. Patty mid-reload. It's a horror show, and a gun given back to the rest of the team if Penny doesn't want to just expire this ult, which it looks like he might be.
Yeah, Liquid is going to be really late, and look at this, Apex trying to take no space.
Did a brilliant job at it. Looking through the warehouse at the back of B.
But look at where Liquid are trying to make their approach from.
Ball and Link, and there's 2 traps set up. So clear the first, okay, that's fine. But are they gonna expect the second? Managed to break through it now already as Nats is still biding his time on the other side, knowing that he's shouldering a lot of the weight of this attack side. Reveal comes in, and Liquid fall. It's only Nats now. Did the best job that he could to just play the patient game. But the rest of Liquid couldn't hold up their end of the bargain, and it's a pay safeguard Thrifty, exactly what the doctor ordered for Apex.
Yeah, and this is another round where they've tried to create something from nothing, right? For instance, the full spy, they bought the stingers through, they end up working out. Right now, a quick pace change, catch Liquid off guard.
And this is the Penny that we were seeing at Toronto. This is the Penny that was promised to us. You talk of players from Challengers and the time that he'd spent in NA as well with G2 and the like.
I can't believe it's another swing run for Liquid.
It is. And so they will not shy away from putting their money where their mouth is.
Well, they need to. Because if they lose this, we're within 1.
We are indeed. That's what you would expect in terms of the round count. We have seen a few Eco Thrifty rounds already.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't count Liquid out, considering the way that this game's been going.
But Batu is cognizant of it. You can see he has the Outlaw, and first player forwards in A, just trying to make as much noise as possible. Camo's still fighting through mid, but we've already crossed the minute mark, and we've hit a watershed moment for Apex. They have a decision to make. It looks like this A site double down.
They want to go and re-clear mid, though. That Cam getting shot out is a little bit worrying. And it seems if they're going to commit to this re-clear mid.
But you've still got to take a site. Are they seriously heading towards B here? The mid-brawl breaks out. Avova gets a couple, 30 seconds now, and Mulsi with another. It's back to A they go.
Yeah, and this is Kiko's site as well. We know how good he's been. Can he hold the test of the execution coming through?
Has 2 TPs and his opponent smoked to play around but can't find the shots. And Nats is out of the question. Liquid, the round. Apex will scoop up a 9th now.
There's money in the pockets. If Apex really wanted to, they could go hunting.
You see the attack side was trying to create the correct appraisal of Liquid and how exactly it was that they were set up, but they did deal with that mid-heavy setup. Well versed in what it is that they had to do, and this is extra time for both sides to consider what the next move is. We have to be thinking about the following round already, or the round thereafter, because Liquid still have ults. That was the pit, which was just used by Nats. This is the last of the rifles. No problem.
Yeah, no problem at all. And that's going to give Liquid something to work with in this next one. Still Thrash and Dimensional Drift as well, so there is some really good aces up the sleeve should the defense decide on it. And, well, to consider those choices and maybe set plays, Team Liquid will be going for a timeout.
They just want to deliberate things a little bit further, converse with the coaching staff that we have to commend here. I think that both Yao and Lohan have been just as important a pickup as the roster rebuild itself, because the planning that they've brought to, you know, even just the little details like the pistols, the anti-ecos, Liquid always feel like they have a plan, and that's why we've seen quite a few Thrifties already in this game, because the setup is there for them.
Yeah. And I think as well, I think it was like Sliggy that was saying it, just as you said, like in terms of like the first 5 rounds, first 4 rounds always seem to have like some sort of sequence to them, which is nice to set up the rest of your game, right?
Yeah. No, we had a funny one with Sliggy and Bacon the other day, actually. Right. Liquid posted a video where they were forced to use AI against the two coaches. Who do you think won?
Please don't tell me.
It was Sliggy and Bacon with the AI against Zohan and Yao. So just as soon as we're singing their praises, they've been bested by the computer.
To be fair, I saw Bacon's reactions on the Northeast stream the other day.
Hey, that guy was gulping the energy drinks. 90-degree gullet straight down that hatch. Liquid need a little bit of a boost themselves here. It's just Nats' Phantom to make things spooky. And Batu. We saw how many times he was playing that wall with the Odin, but the Outlaw wallbang's just as good.
Yeah, Batu just warned by the Dizzy coming through, and Camel trying to explore B is punished for it.
That's also Nat spotted. They know it's the rifle.
Yeah, and now Kiko potentially to be reprimanded for his aggression, but it's up against Olizera. There's two players here. The Dizzy goes out, and Patty gets his. So you'll get upgraded to a rifle as well. A 4 versus 2 with two rifles that Liquid can use. It's just how quickly they can get towards A, and how many 1 versus 1s they'll be gifted.
There's a wall for Nats to walk out here. He's effectively up against it. No, but he drops it and wants to fight. He's denied the spike and played Patty into a 3 versus 1.
And now Apex, do they doubt where Patty comes from? Definitely not, because they know exactly where he's coming from now.
And he doesn't have the wingman either to get the defuse, so it's a tenuous situation. Rigged against him.
Yeah.
Apex at double digits and continuing to bear on down.
If you're Liquid right now, you would rather take the small wins for the economy because of what we've spoken about before. Patty seems as if he's trying to keep pushing the issue and dealing damage here. He will get at least one. There's so much money in the back pocket that this realistically won't matter.
And if Molsey can find Patatek just before the round expires, that'll sweeten the deal for Apex. He's heard the steps, but he's there. Oh, but he's quicker to it. Nice trigger finger.
Yeah. Overall, probably won't matter because we're at that latest stage of the game, right? And Ultimate Orbs, Patty already had the Thrash ready.
I like even there that we saw Liquid then go for the double up in B main and get ready to pressure Olizera a little bit heavier when you know that he's lurking. And with Camo bringing the op out as well.
Go A!
It looks like the spike is heading towards B. No, it is a default. It is a default.
Yeah, take your time, find out the information. The Scooby-Doo round, as we call it. Spread out and look for clues.
Makes you wonder, if the Apex players could hear the coaches, how much better would they be? I don't know, sorry, no, I'm doing conspiracies again. No,
if I had someone else playing on my account, I'd be a higher rank.
Fine, no, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. If it was just calls like that, whatever. Forget, no, it's fine. Oh, you haven't hit the mute button this time, but you're laughing.
Mate, no.
Finally, afraid to show your true colours, okay. All the while, Camo has an operator towards A, and for Apex, knowing how quickly they can dive into a site, Kiko also just giving the little heads up here.
Camo has no TP out of this. He has to play for the gunfight.
Utility looked decent. The fake out that heads through the smoke as Apex are prioritizing this open yard side plant again.
Left.
And Liquid haven't challenged it, so straight into a 5v5.
But in this retake, it's skewed to Liquid's favor. Two really important ults. First dimensional drift. Spots both duelists. Trekk's right behind it. Thrash goes in to supplement, but there is no support. No hope right now. As Liquid look for that second wave of engage, the wingman goes out. And time is starting to wear thin. Liquid needing the jewels out in the open space, the open air to win it. But between Penny and Batu, is there nothing that they can't do? Kiko by himself, and Abova puts him to rest. 11-all, we've reached a tied game.
We have finally, and on top of that, it gets even worse for the defense because it's going to be another equal round. A brilliant cold round and a brilliant post plant as well by Apex. How they were able to buy that space, I don't know. I thought
He's saying, come on!
I thought we would have seen Camo disrespect and try and go for an upplay, but having no TPs is what's ended up costing them there.
Yeah, and look, we're into another half buy from Liquid. Rogue rifle in the mix in the hands. Was in the hands of Patitek. And I'm sorry, I'm just giving you a quick warning before I say this, Apex fans. It is 11-11. A number which has been a pretty scary one for them so far. We've still got to see them close. This attack side is already looking like one of the better ones on Corrode, though. And oh, we're down to the 9! Batu getting his hands dirty. But Apex have rolled up their sleeves and found the necessary rounds to bring this back from the brink. 12 is just waiting for them now.
Oh, Nats will give this a go with the Sheriff in hand.
I mean, percentage chance, Cairo. Just throw me a number right now.
20.
20. I feel like even then, the odds are pretty high. Penny closing. Apex with one chance to finish this map in regulation, as was the case on Ascent. Can they learn from their mistakes? A couple weeks in a row.
I think like the one thing that we need to note here is that for what people are saying, like, for what I thought is like one of the best Corodes in EMEA.
Why does he do that with one shotgun?
Yeah, I thought he still had one shot left on the shorty.
But the point I was making is, yeah, this is like one of the best Corodes in EMEA, if not the best, and Apex are doing decent against it.
And for attack, I thought you were going to say this is one of the better sides that we've seen up until this point, spared for Liquid themselves. Suppose the A hits have been working, but not without something thrown in the pot in the direction of mid.
Yeah, Liquid being really aggressive, or not aggressive, but proactive, right? They've taken that mid space away from Apex. This is going to allow them mid-rounding to be so much easier for them.
Looks like this might be the round where Apex decide to change things up though and go for the B play.
The only thing is though, there's going to be an option for Liquid now to be come right round on the flank, right? So Apex need to be quick here.
Yeah, they're just outside of the audible range of Patitek, so he's not given the info for Camo. In the corner, has the gate crash, but the time on it should be running out. Calls it early, out in the open, stunned. He will not survive.
He will not. And well, there's Kiko here as well, but he's the one to shut down Penny.
Exactly,
and Apex now trying to get the last remaining player there. And now Liquid going to be late back into the site.
Yeah, and they have all of the space to play towards Elbow if they want to. Liquid are fully coming in from Link, and there's a crossfire.
There is. But it's how does Liquid dismantle that, right? They've not got flashes. There's going to have to be a wingman to clear close. And Batu gets rid of Patty. That's just looking like it. That's just looking like Apex can send us to map 3 on Lotus. But not if Trex can clutch up 9 bullets in the chamber. And they got far too close. Ollie Zera is the one to send us to map 3.
Apex have their map and a decider 3 weeks running. The question now is, can they take it one step further and find their first win in VCT EMEA? That's what we're here to find out on the other side of this.